Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This time I'm making a special road trip video. I found a great deal on Craigslist for a bunch of games, and I thought I'd take you along for the ride. So without any further ado, here's my retro road trip number 2. We're at our meeting destination. It is Walmart. Just wanted to meet at a public place because I've heard of bad things on Craigslist. So. And we're meeting near the garden center. So see you in a little bit. And this is the box of games. So we'll take a look at what I got here in a little bit. Before that, we'll be showing you a little bit of our trip back home.
I can't fathom all you've done for me. Every time it finds me on my knees, like sunlight in the winter.
Alright, here's a closer look at the games that I got. I was able to get 23 Sega Master System games. All of them are boxed, and all of them are complete except for 2, and I only paid $35, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. That's roughly $1.50 per game. I'll briefly go through each game and show a little gameplay footage as well. Some of the games I got are doubles, and I've covered them on a previous video. So to save a little time, I'll just go ahead and show those games without going into detail on them. First up, we have Action Fighter. It's a top-down shooter that reminds me a little of Spy Hunter. You are able to play as different vehicles, including a motorcycle, car, and airplane. And I played a little through it the other day, and it reminded me, just how challenging the game can be. Next up, we have Alex Kidd: The Lost Stars. It's the second in a series of Alex Kidd games for the Sega Master System. I'm a big fan of the first one, Alex Kidd in Miracle World. Played a little through this the other day, and to be honest, it was a little confusing. I'm going to have to go through the manual and to try to maybe understand it better, but definitely a different game than the Miracle World game. The next game is Alien Syndrome. This was a big hit for Sega in the arcades back in the day. You play a character named Ricky, and your mission is to go through alien ships and rescue hostages before a time bomb goes off and blows up each ship. I owned this game as a kid, and after playing a little of it the other day, forgot how much fun it is. It is kind of challenging, but it is fun. Next up is F-16 Fighting Falcon. It's the first of 2 card games that I got in this lot. It's your basic cockpit view style shooter. There's really nothing special about this game, but I thought it's a nice addition to the collection since it's a card game and all. Fantasy Zone 2 is the next game. I owned the first Fantasy Zone years ago, and learning the different patterns of the enemies and just trying to avoid getting hit by objects is the main thing. This one's the same type of deal. Actually, in my opinion, it's a little more difficult than the first game. Ghost House is the other card game that's included, and this game, as far as the game is concerned, your mission is to go through Count Dracula's house and kill bats, henchmen, and different types of other enemies in order to find a treasure that your grandfather left. Playing it the other day, I remembered how hard it is, just trying to avoid the bats flying at you from all different directions. But next up, we have Global Defense. You operate a global defense satellite in the game and protect the Earth from enemy missiles and satellites. And I played through the game the other day a few times, and I didn't even realize that you can actually move the satellite. At first I just thought it was stationary and that you could just move the target, but after realizing that you can move the satellite became a little easier. The next game is Marksman Shooting and Trap Shooting, and the title pretty much explains the game. In Marksman Shooting, you work for the FBI and shoot at various targets that pop up to advance. And then in Trap Shooting is basically clay, you shoot at clay pigeons. The next game is Monopoly. This is just a video game take on the board game. There are neat little animations here and there when you move across the board and or do different actions during the game. Up next is Parlor Games. It contains 3 games including billiards, darts, and bingo. I also thought the description on the back of the game box was kind of funny. It says, "So get the popcorn ready and gather around your Sega system. But watch out, because your little sister has become a pool shark and Mom is an expert at darts." Penguin Land is the next game. It's kind of a puzzle slash platformer, so to speak. You have to figure out different ways to get an egg through a level without breaking. And this game also has battery backup RAM, as well as a level designer that allows you to create your own levels. And Shanghai is the other board game based video game that I got in the lot. It's very similar to Mahjong, where you have to match tiles in order to clear the board and advance to the next level. Next up is Space Harrier. This is a port of another Sega arcade game, and in my opinion it's very close to the arcade game as far as graphically and sound and all that. It's kind of a first-person style shooter in a way. World Grand Prix is the next game, and this is your typical style racer, Grand Prix style racer, I guess you could say. It reminds me a lot of Activision's arcade game Pole Position. And the last 2 games in the lot were both from the Wonder Boy series. First is the original Wonder Boy. I've wanted this for quite some time, and I'm glad I finally get the opportunity to play it. From what I've played so far, it looks like a very promising platformer. And last but not least, we have Wonder Boy in Monsterland. I'm really enjoying this one, what I've played so far. I like how you can interact with the different characters in the game and buy and sell things in shops. It's almost got an element of a small element of RPG in it, but it is a platformer, I believe. So it's got a mixture of that. It's kind of neat. Some of the bonuses that came with the lot. There's a warranty card for 90-day warranty card for the Sega system. So it's got the address on the back. Kind of neat. And what I didn't have before that I'm glad to get are a couple of these game catalogs from 1986. Just have some of these first generation Master System games in it. It's kind of neat. Alright, here's kind of a bird's eye view of everything I got. As always, thanks very much for watching and for all your support. And until next time, take care.